funny. I don't even know. I hope you saw a video there, people. I don't know if you actually did, but welcome back. Welcome back to In Development. I'm Amy Lillard. I'm delighted to be here with Julie.
I'm Julie Daman. I'm delighted to be here with Amy Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a long time since y'all been in my living room. Last December, I think, is actually the last time you were in my living room. And time flies. Julie, what have we been up to? We're here to talk about what we've been up to.
So much. We've been up to so much. We keep having this conversation in the office, in our virtual offices, about how it's. I was like, oh my gosh, it's been so long, and you're like, no, really, it's only been like a month and a half. But December, January, now part of February just flown by. But we've been doing a ton. We've been doing so much. So where we left off in December, if everyone remembers, we had really two huge priorities for Washington Filmworks. And those two priorities were, of course, getting the resources we need, right? Hiring staff and raising that $15 million. So I have very exciting news on two fronts. We have hired 3 people, which is amazing. And I'm not going to share who they are just yet. Everybody's going to have to stay tuned for that big reveal. Keep an eye out for the announcements. But we're very excited. They're all going to start very shortly. So that's going to be a tremendous help in the office. And I'm really, really excited about that.
So excited. And they're rad. They're all rad.
Awesome humans. Secondarily, let's talk about raising money.
Money.
The 15 million. So once again, where we left off in 2022, we could start raising those additional funds in July. And so by December, we raised $7 million in those 6 months. Well, 2023 has started and it's already a great success. We've gotten some marquee contributors on board. That's at that $1 million level, if people are wondering. And so we are really on that road to $15 million, which is great, which is amazing, which is where this organization should be.
And lots of money means lots of filming, which that's exciting too.
That is very exciting. But I am going to say to everyone that just because we have some of these $1 million contributors lined up, if you know of a business, if you have a business or if you work with a film-friendly business that you think might want to participate, please feel free to reach out, visit our website about how to contribute, or email info@washingtonfilmworks.org, and I would be more than happy to chat with them, explain how our unique funding mechanism works, and see if it's a right fit for them.
Excellent. The more money, the better money.
Yes.
So
that's where we are with our resources. Amy, do you want to give us an update on where we are with programming?
Yes. So back in December at the annual industry update, we announced some really big programs. We talked about the Emerge program, which is our new education and mentorship program, which is great. We also talked about the small budget production initiative, which is focused on really supporting in meaningful ways the emerging filmmaker in Washington State, making projects under $1 million. And that enhanced incentive for rural. We're going to give more money back if you go film in one of those magical, beautiful, wonderful locations in rural Washington. So that's where we left off. But between December and now, you're looking at the folks and our team who did all the unsexy stuff, like the not fun stuff, which has been writing the guidelines and criteria for these programs. What are the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty that you need to know about how to qualify, how to apply, all the rules and regulations. You couple that with the updated applications because we have so much new, we had to update those. And then finally, but last but certainly not least, is updating those legally binding agreements. So in addition to that, so that's all happening behind the scenes, and while it's not so sexy, it's so important. But during this interim period, we talked about this in December, we hadn't announced the enhanced incentive for telling the story of a historically underrepresented group. Lots, because it's the first of its kind in the country, lots of time, energy, thoughtfulness has gone into that process. We've been working very closely with our equity co-chairs, so thanks to Malcolm and Myron. And part of drafting that was working on our equity charter. And that draft is done. It is being presented at the board meeting in March. And so that has just been another, another piece of the puzzle that we needed to do to make sure that we were being very thoughtful about that enhanced incentive. So we have a board meeting in March. There's so much on the agenda, and fingers crossed, we're going to have lots more news for you in development in March, which is March 30th. And we're hoping to have more answers. Everyone is asking, like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to come out? Like, we hear you. We hear you, and we are working as fast as we possibly can. But we are so much closer today than we were in December, and we'll be so much closer again in March. So hang in there with us. We're doing the good work behind the scenes, and that's where we're going. So, Julie, talk to me about what's happening in the film office, because we're talking all about money and incentives and programs, but the film office, what's happening there?
Yes. I really feel like Vicki should be here, but I will share on her behalf some amazing updates that are going on with Real Scout. And if people don't know what Real Scout is, I'm going to remind them. That is our production directory. It is both a location directory, a crew directory, and a production services directory, all three in one. I say this because sometimes people don't know that we have that on our website. It is a free service that we offer. And the most important part about that is that people should get listed. They should go and make sure, because it is free of charge to them to list themselves, to go, if you're a crew member or if you want to work on a project, list yourself in the crew directory. If you have a business and you want to work with the film industry, list yourself in the production services directory. And then one of the new things that Vicki got going, which is amazing, is this ability for the community to upload their own photos to the location directory. So if you happen to own a restaurant or a business and you want to be film friendly, you want to welcome a film crew into your location, then you can get yourself up on that database as well. Now, I'm just going to warn, we do have to go in behind the scenes, and once you upload it, check some boxes, make sure that all of the various, words that you use to look these things up, that they're all up to date. So it sometimes takes like a day for it to go live. So bear with us there. I do want to say that. But it's an internationally searchable database. So filmmakers, if they're thinking about Washington State, that is the place we point them to so they can get an idea of what it looks like to really film here. So as much up-to-date photos that we can put on there, the better.
By the way, sorry, Julie.
No, I just saw that the directory resources.
I was like, oh, this great. Kelly's in the background right now making the magic happen.
Thank you, Kelly.
And I will tell you, we literally are in touch with so many people who are like, I need to find crew and I need to find resources in Washington State. And that is where we direct them. Like, we don't give recommendations out because, we just don't do that. But like those resources that Julie was just chatting about, that is the place where we send people. And again, we talk a lot about the incentive projects, but through the film office, we are literally tracking dozens and dozens and dozens of projects at the moment. So do it. It's free. You control your listing. It makes total sense. And then we can also go to the legislature and tell them how vibrant and big and, the film industry is in Washington State. Speaking of elected officials, Julie, what you got for me?
That was a good segue right there. I don't know if people can see which shoulder is it over, but there's just a little hint, which is great. That's perfect because we're just hinting at it right now. There's a little thing called Film Day that is coming up here in March, on March 13th, Monday, March 13th. So our more seasoned members of the film community are well aware of what Film Day means. It is typically the day that we go down to Olympia and we meet with legislators and we tell them what an amazing industry the film industry is and why they should support that. This year, similar to last year, the meetings are virtual. So it is a virtual film day. We have an RSVP link up already. So if you go to keepfilmandwa.com, you can RSVP for Film Day and let us know what your district is. Now, I'm going to warn you, every 10 years, the legislature updates the districts. It happened in 2012. It happened in 2022. So that means we're going to ask everyone to take an extra second to go to that district finder and make sure that they have not been zoned into a different district. We want to make sure that we have up-to-date information when we're making meetings for you and your legislator so that you can tell them all about the great work that is going on in Washington State in the film industry. But, Amy, while the film industry is meeting with their legislators, where might you be?
I will be at the Capitol with some of our team members, and we are doing this wonderful thing, bringing movie magic to the Capitol, where we are doing something called Glamour in the Gore. And so we've got Akemi and Luce coming down, some really seasoned makeup artists, hair and makeup artists, and we are going to glam up and gore up a couple of actors. Thank you, Angela and David, for coming down to Olympia with us. And we're going to have a really fun photo opportunity for elected officials and government officials. So we also will be serving a film set style lunch. I don't know why I always do. I have to like slow it down and think about the words film set style lunch. So we'll be having that for them as well. And check it out on social. The photos are going to be amazing and so much fun. And we're also trying to convince a couple of elected officials to get glammed and gored up. So, that's a reason to tune in to the social media channels, if only to see, I don't know, say a Marcus Riccelli with like a gash on his face or something. I don't know, but super fun, super fun, super fun. So
as you mentioned, all of that is going to happen on March 13th. And we are asking that the community RSVP for those legislator meetings. You're going to be down there working with the legislators. They're still on these quasi-COVID protocols where they're not allowing constituents to roam the halls like we know we liked to do. So we're doing this sort of this dual style where we're going to have virtual meetings with legislators and you're going to be down there in person. But there's more information to come, right, Amy? We're gonna do some how-tos, some emails, stuff like that.
Yeah, and right? I think people are asking like, why we don't have a bill? Why should I go? Why should I participate? And it's like, advocacy happens every year, and it's a big thank you moment. It's a big thank you for investing in the film industry. So it should be easy. It's advocating from your living room, right? So just, if you can, and you can, spare, literally probably 15 minutes to an hour of your time, join us, because it means a lot to the elected officials. So I think Julie and I were chatting before we got on to chatting before we chatted with you. But, there is so much going on behind the scenes right now. And while it may seem like we're quiet and not doing a lot, we're doing a whole bunch. We have a lot coming at you soon. And we're going to get those things approved that we talked about and have a great film day. And watch out. Summer filming season coming up for sure. So, Julie, anything else you got?
Nope, just stay tuned. RSVP for Film Day. If you haven't, you'll be hearing more from us about that. And then, of course, tune back in March 30th.
Yeah, one more thing though, by the way, thank you to our team. Julie and I are chatting. So
Thank you.
Sherry, Vicky, Kaylee, Hong Mei. Am I missing anyone? I don't think I'm missing anyone.
Sherry, Julie, did we do this?
Oh, Julie B. Julie B, of course. They're literally working so hard in the background, and I just want to, and Julie just wants to say thank you. And we can't wait to share with you March 30th, outcomes from the board meeting, and maybe you'll meet a couple of our new teammates. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for being here. Check in with us if you have questions. And here's to an upcoming incredible filming season. So take care. We'll see you in March.